his biggest fan. Shoulders square, knees high, palm hard. Kenny's coach recited each part of their race strategy as the moments ticked off till the starting gun. Remember, don't run to the finish line. Run through the finish line. Kenny heard every word from the coach, Fisher, but he was having trouble staying focused. He tried to tell himself to concentrate. After all, this was the finals. It was the most important race of the year, the one he'd worked so hard to qualify for. It was an honor just to be here to represent his school against the very best in the state. He had to do well. Kenny's mind was somewhere else, though. He sat on the infield, pulling the toes of his track shoes and stretched out his calf muscles. Kenny was surrounded by all of his teammates, by the race officials and assistants, and by the fans up in the stands, till Kenny felt alone. Kenny thought back to the argument he'd had with Dad the night before. His dad had been giving him advice as usual, getting plenty of sleep. His dad had said, eat light in the morning, run 2 laps and 3 sprints before the race. Kenny knew his dad meant well. He's just trying to help. Kenny told himself he'd try to be patient. But his dad asked the question. Kenny didn't want to answer. What time is your race? I'm not sure, Kenny lied. Not sure, his dad asked. Then how are you going to be on time? Oh, I'm going on the bus, Kenny said. Then I'll get me there, okay? They'll get me there, okay? Well, actually, Kenny, Dad explained, I wanted to know about your race time so I can get there. Kenny's heart sank. This was the discussion he didn't want to have. He paused for a moment. Dad, Kenny began, do you have to go? Now it was his dad turned to hesitate. While his dad said slowly, it's not that I have to. It's that I want to. Yeah, I know, but Ken swallowed hard. It's just that you make me nervous, Dad. I think I'll do better on my own. Candy started turning away. Candy caught a glimpse of his face and knew that he'd made a mistake. He'd never seen his dad look that way. Sure, I get it, Dad said, walking away and leaving Candy with his thoughts. Kenny and the other runners moved into their lanes for its event, the 100-meter dash. Kenny shook his legs and to keep them loose as he did a mental check on his condition. He'd gone to bed early so he felt rested. He'd had a light breakfast, so and he ran his 2 laps and 3 sprints, just as his dad had suggested. Something still weighed on him. When he had boarded the bus earlier in the morning, he felt a nagging regret about that he had said to his father. Now that he was settling into his starting blocks, about to run the race he'd asking his father not to watch. All wrong. Runners, on your marks, the turnkeeper said. Said bang. Kenny had a good start with the gun and drove his right hard and accelerated. Accelerated. He didn't hear the cheers of the fans or step the runner around him. His mind was go blur and he had pushed his body to the limit. Go, 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 he thought, in time with the rip of his stride. Left, right, left, right. The spike on his shoes clawed into the track beneath him. Harder, harder, Kenny's knee and elbow punched his like a peasant. Every muscle strained, his feet pounded the track with so much force that it felt as if his heart would shake loose. Now Kenny could see the tape stretched in front of him in the finish line. He thought started was flying. Push, push, push. Was he winning? He leaned forward. Don't run to it, run through it. Three final strikes, and he felt the tape snap across his chest. He'd done it! He'd won! The other runner shook Candy's hand as he took some long breath and checked the timer's board. When his time finally ran up, he let out a long sigh. It was a personal record, the best he'd ever run. He didn't feel as good as he hoped. Kenny changed his shoes and shirt. At the award ceremony, an official handed him his first place medal. The round gold disc felt heavy and cool in his hand. He wanted to show it to someone, but that someone wasn't there. The sun was setting. Behind the stadium was the team packed up their gear and headed to the bus. Coach Fisher came over and shook Kenny's hand. "Nice race, Kenny," the coach said. "Oh, by the way, I left our team bag in our section on the bleacher. Will you go grab it?" Coach Fisher pointed up into the last bag. Kenny climbed the bleachers to collect it. Then he stopped. Near at the top of the stadium, tapped to the bar above the last row, was a small handwritten sign. The sign said simply, "I was here, nice job." Kenny smiled. He knew that handwriting.